Welcome back to my mom's Half-Boy channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I decided to film in the kitchen today just because I get tired of filming on my vanity. So yeah. Don't bother to ask why I'm wearing a Miller High Life hoodie. I actually love Miller High Life and I have one like literally once a day. Like, I probably shouldn't, but I'm just kidding. I've never had a Miller High Life in my whole life and I really plan on keeping it that way. But do you ever have, this is actually Nick's hoodie, but do you ever have those hoodies to where like they're just so comfortable and you don't give a shit what they say on them? Like, it could be some old hoodie from like, I don't know, like a school event in high school, but that shit, I mean, it wouldn't fit me if it was. You get what I'm saying? Like, it can say some bullshit on it and you're just like, I don't give a shit. It's comfy as hell. And then you have something that like you really like the logo or whatever, and you're like, it's just not as comfy as my Miller High Life sweatshirt. But I wear this all the freaking time. But I'm always like, if I have it on in the morning and then I'm like, oh shit, like I gotta take the kids to school, I cannot be that mom going to school with this. Like, I think I've picked Aria up in it one time on accident because I forgot to like take it off and I was like rushing or whatever. And I'm like, I mean, I'm 21. Like yeah, I'm definitely over 21. Some girl at school in my math class, she was like, I don't know, we were like exchanging numbers. So like, you know, if class was out or whatever, that we would text each other or like for notes, whatever. And she asked how old I was. And I was like, how old do you think I am? And she was like, I don't know, like 23. And I was like, bless your little heart. She like made my whole day. I was like, no, I'm about to be 30. And she was like, you don't look 30. I was like, thank you. But if you look under my eyes and like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm definitely almost 30. But shout out to that girl. She really made my day. So today I just want to talk about, pretty much people ask me all the time, just like, how do you do it? How do you do? Bitch, my dryer just wanted to turn on. I did not turn that shit on. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So, yeah, everybody always asks, like, how do you do everything that you do? And you have 3 kids and your life must fucking suck. Like, they don't say that, but I feel like that's what they're actually like asking. But yeah, my life is crazy for sure. It's just very hectic and busy. You know, I'm taking 18 units this semester to try and hurry up and finish and fix some of the classes that I didn't do that well on, or in, not on. Anyway, so yeah, I'm doing that. And then, you know, 3 kids, like 3 kids is a lot for anybody, but 3 toddlers is like, it takes a real toll on your mental health. And I feel like if I didn't have one, if they weren't in, Aria's in preschool and the boys are in daycare. If that wasn't the case, if they were home with me all day, I don't think I could do it. Just flat out. Like, I just wouldn't be the best mom. I wouldn't be able to teach them what they learn in daycare. I wouldn't be able to have them socialize like they do in daycare or preschool. There's only one of me, and Nick works so much that I just wouldn't be able to do all the things I'd want to do and teach them all the things that I'd want them to know. And, you know, all of my kids, you know, they talk really well and they're, you know, they like being around their friends and they're friendly to everybody and they're not real shy and all that stuff. And I feel like that is a lot because they are in daycare, and the boys, I stood home with them for a year, and then they went into daycare with Arya at the time. And I think that's probably why I put them in a little earlier, like at 1 instead of Arya, who went in at 2, is because their sister was there. I was also working at that time, I believe. I've off and on worked for like a few, maybe 5, 6, 7 months at a time. But all in all, like I just figured out that that's not a priority right now because of the schedule that Nick has and me trying to finish school, and then having the kids. Like if I worked, which I miss working for sure, but if I did work, then I just feel like everything else would fall by the wayside. Like I wouldn't do good in school, and I've done it before. And I've also got good grades and been working, but it's just, I think the kids are at a really tough age where they demand a lot of attention to where, you know, when they're babies, infants, they don't demand so much. You know, they could just sit there and crawl around and play with their little toys and, you know, but now it's like, they don't do that. They try and like climb on things and get into my pantry and, you know, set the house on fire or something. Like you just really got to watch them, especially Donnie. He's our climber, and my mother-in-law said that Nick was also a climber. So yeah, karma, I guess. But yeah, I mean, they all like, they're just toddlers. I have a 4-year-old and 2 2-year-olds. They're almost 3. So it's just a lot. Like once I pick them up from school, it's like, it's all about the kids until they go to bed. It's chaos for, you know, 5 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is. So I come home and make something for dinner or whatever. And then it's like the next 2 hours is like fighting about toys, fighting about what's going to go on TV. And I do let them watch TV, really simply because they don't ever watch TV at school. Like they do no electronics at school. So I feel comfortable them watching, you know, a movie or whatever, or a show in the evening time. Yeah, so life's crazy. I have to do my homework pretty much all day because I really can't do it while they're home. I have to wait until they go to bed. So yeah, and then Nick, he works nights, so it's like he works 12-hour shifts. He's gone, he commutes. It's just a lot. He's not here a lot, and when he is here, he's sleeping a lot of the time during the day, and then he pretty much heads out before I even go get them from school. So yeah, but one of the biggest reasons I feel like I could do everything that I do as far as, you know, being a wife, taking care of the house, being a mom to 3 toddlers, going to school, and still really making time for like, maybe I want to go play softball, and I just joined a league again. But just like doing stuff for me as well, like filming videos or all that stuff. And I really think plain and simply, it is because I have so much support. And I'd be lying if I told you that I could do this on my own. I don't think many people could. I don't think many people, they just can't understand the type of like family dynamic that we have, because we meant to have 2 close together, and it ended up being twins. So I only know of one other person or couple that is dealing with that, and they're a little bit behind me. Their twins are, you know, a few months old, maybe 6, 7 months old. I'm not sure. So they're kind of like behind, but they are the only ones that understand that like crazy, hey, I still have, you know, I have these 2 kids that really need me, and then I still have this other one who isn't like a kid yet. They're still a baby and they need me too. And then eventually they move into the ages that my kids are, and they almost need you in very similar ways. And it's hard, like you have to spread yourself pretty thin. And I just feel like I couldn't do it without my mother-in-law, my mother, you know, godmothers, aunts, friends, anybody who helps with the kids. And that doesn't even mean like babysitting or anything like that, but just like hanging out with us. Like, because I feel like if somebody comes over and brings their kids to play or something like that, it makes a huge difference on like my mental health, because I feel like, one, now I get to talk to an adult, but my kids still get to play, and they get to play with somebody else, and they really behave better, I would say, with other kids around, or in general, just not at home. Like if we go to the park, they're gonna pretty much behave. they're okay at, you know, I'm sure that at daycare, I mean, they're probably more used to them, so they probably give them some trouble. I don't hear much of it, but I'm pretty sure they do. But yeah, like I super appreciate like all those friends that, you know, that come over and hang out. Even if they don't have kids, but they just come and play with mine and hang out, like watch a movie, whatever. If they bring their kids, even better if the ones that do. You know, just my sister coming over, my nieces, Bella and Bea, they come over and stay on the weekends and they, you know, play with the kids in a way that I really can't because I'm not a kid, and I still do have to be mom. And although I'm fun, like I try to have fun and play with them, but I'm also like not gonna take some of their bullshit. I don't care if you're 2 or 4 or 10, you know? So yeah, they get like that big sister fun. You're kind of like a grown up in comparison to me, but you're not a grown up, so you're gonna play at my level, you know? So they love them and I appreciate them coming over and hanging out. And they usually help me, you know, just clean up and do stuff and feed the kids and, you know, give them baths, stuff like that. But on the day-to-day, my mom helps me so much. I go to school 2 nights a week. She is watching them at least one of the days, sometimes both of the days. But then my mother-in-law, I'll sometimes take one. Well, I can't anymore because of my school schedule, but I used to take one every other time I'd go to school, at least 1, 2, sometimes even 3. But now Nick is taking one, either taking Aria or taking the boys to his mom on the days so that my mom doesn't have to have all 3 because it's a lot to have 3 toddlers. And like my mom and his mom, they really handle it with like grace. They always are kind of like, it's okay, they're just kids. And I'm like, my mom was so mean to us. Like she would yell at us and my dad did most of the spanking, I would say, but like she would super yell at us and get mad like all the time. And now being a grown up, I understand that was probably just because of like life's stresses and, you know, she was taking it out on us, which is understandable. I try not to do it to my kids, but like everybody does, let's be honest. But yeah, like she watches them all the time. If I need something, if I'm like, Mom, I really want to go play, you know, my friend wants me to go play in the softball game tonight. Like, can you come watch the kids for an hour or whatever? And she does. And I think she knows that that's the type of things that's going to keep me like mentally healthy so that I can, you know, do all the things that I need to do, like go to school and take care of the kids when Nick's at work all the time. Sometimes Nick will work 4 or 5 days straight. And I won't, you know, I really won't see him. And the kids really will barely see him except for in the morning when he comes and right before he goes to sleep. So it's mostly on me just cleaning up and doing all this stuff. And Nick's like a super clean freak. So, and I'm not, I wish I was. I'm definitely getting better because I do cater to him more. But he likes a clean house. And when he comes in the morning, if it's not clean, he like can't go to sleep. He'll like, you know, he's one of those people that can't sit down if there's like dishes in the sink and stuff like that. So I have to like get all the kids, let them be crazy and let them be toddlers. They mess up the house. Then I have to put them to bed, which sometimes is a struggle. Sometimes I don't want to go to sleep. Then I have to clean up the house, make sure that it's, you know, presentable for the morning. And then still have to do homework or whatever I didn't get to do that day. So I'm super busy all the time. I do realize though that the best way to handle like a marriage to where he cares about things that I don't care about and I care about things that he doesn't care about. We've really and it's taken a lot to like learn about each other and learn the things that we need to humble ourselves for. Because I would say like 5 years ago, some of the things that he wanted me to do or have done or whatever, like I'd be like, fuck off. Like, I don't have to do that. Like, I'm not your fucking, you know, maid or your mom or whatever. Like, there's certain things that I'd be like, I don't want to do that. And now we're at a point where it's like, we have so much going on in our lives that if me just doing the dishes, doing the laundry, if that's what's going to keep him calm and having to, so he can go right to sleep. And I know he has super long days driving, working, all that stuff. Like, then I'm going to do that for him. And I know that he does stuff in return for me that maybe he wouldn't do or doesn't give 2 shits about. But I think having that understanding and balance, and it's like been hell getting to this point. And that's like the reality of one, having a marriage and like growing up together, but also putting 3 kids, you know, in the mix. And it's been super stressful, and having to deal with all that stress and then the normal like marriage, finances, all that stuff. It just makes everything more stressful than maybe it would be if we didn't have all this shit going on at once. But I do feel like we've been able to handle it as well as we possibly could. We're not the perfect parents. We're not the perfect couple. We're not the perfect anything. But I do feel like without our moms being there and just being so supportive of everything that we do, whether it's like Nick, new job, long hours, me going to school, you know, they're always there, and they don't judge. They don't tell us what to do. They pretty much just let us do what we do, and they're there to help every single step of the way. And I'm so thankful for that, because I know that my grandma was that person to my mom, you know, and I'm sure that, you know, I know we're at my grandma's house all the time, and I'm sure a lot of it was us just asking to go with her because my grandma was so fucking awesome. But you know, if my mom needed to do something, she always knew her mom was going to be there to watch the kids or do whatever. If she was going to go somewhere with my dad for the weekend, they were gone, and we would just be at my grandma's. And she, you know, really didn't have to think twice. It was like, my grandma's going to be there. That's her mom, and that's who I have now. You know, my mom pretty much will, I mean, I don't like take advantage of her or anything like that. I mean, we don't like go off every weekend or anything, because, well, mainly because Nick works so much. But yeah, I mean, she's just there. Like, when I need her, like, Mom, can you do this? She does. Like, unless she really has plans, like, she will do it. And I appreciate it so much. And I know his mom is the exact same way. And I know that, he, you know, he would be at his grandma's house and stuff. And she's just, I think they both of our moms learned from their moms, and how, like, helpful they were with the kids and stuff. So now they get to do that for us. And hopefully I could do it for my kids one day. Nick says he's not going to. He's like, they're not bringing their fucking kids over here. Especially if they have twins. Fuck that. But of course, you know, he says stuff. But when they grow up, I'm sure we'll be super excited to do it, because I know I will, because I'm like, dude, we could not have lived. We would have, like, threw you guys outside if we didn't have grandmas to help us out. So, yeah, I think that's the main thing that I would say is, how do we do everything that we do? And it's definitely, our moms are a huge part of that. Yeah, like I said, I'd be lying if I was like, oh, I do all this shit by myself. I do a lot by myself, but I have support. And a lot of people don't have that. And I'm like, I feel for them, like, because I literally know 100% I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in if we didn't have our moms to help out. I don't know where I'd be, like, just mentally and, you know, emotionally and all this stuff if I couldn't just run to my mom. So, yeah. What else can I say about our crazy life? I'm filming out here because Nick went to go get a haircut, so he'd be making fun of me if I'd have to go film in the room, because he'd be, like, walking by and making gestures and whatnot. But, yeah, I'm sending him off to a guy's overnight. I got not a whole weekend. They're gonna go on Saturday, and just go stay at my cousin's lake house, and they're gonna go fishing and, like, play poker and hang out, him and a few of his friends. And I'm super excited for him for that, because he really does, like, work so hard and so long. That's really not even the working hard. He works very long hours, and he drives, you know, both ways, and he works nights. So when we have something to do during a day, it's like it throws off his whole schedule. And he really, I mean, he does more than I would say most dads on top of that with his schedule. Like, he's still there. As soon as he gets home from work after a 12-hour shift and a 2-hour drive, he's, like, getting the kids up, helping me get them dressed. He goes with me to the schools to, you know, to take them in and everything, and then comes back and goes to sleep. When I feel like most dads would be like, fuck that, like, I'm going to sleep. Like, you got a night of sleep. Like, you can do it. And rightfully so. Like, I wouldn't even be mad if he did do that. Like, I don't ask him, you need to help me with the kids. He just does it because he knows, like, it's just way easier to get 3 toddlers ready in the morning with 2 people. So I'm just super appreciative of him, and I hope that he has fun this weekend, and I'll try and keep the house clean with all the kids running around and me chasing them. And I think my sister's gonna come over, and we're gonna do some stuff for my mom for Valentine's Day, so that'll be cute with the kids But yeah, I wanted to do that, so I went to and got some stuff so we could do little arts and crafts so all the kids can give something to Nana. But yeah, anyway, shout out to my mom and mother-in-law, who very likely will not be watching this video, but shout out to all the moms and mother-in-laws and grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles that make all the shit that we do as parents possible, because I feel like a lot of people would agree with me that they would be like, man, I cannot do it without all that stuff. And the people that don't have all that, like, kudos to you. Like, if you don't have any help ever, if you don't have sisters, sorry, so I'm using my phone to film and somebody called me, so yeah, sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout out to everybody that, one, if you do this shit on your own, if you're a mom, dad, you take care of your kids, you don't have any help, you don't have your mom to call, you don't have, you know, parents, you don't have brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, any of that shit to help you, and you still like do all the stuff that you need to do for your kid and for you, shout out to you. They should, like, I'd really be okay if they took my taxes and got you guys some kind of like present every year for doing all that shit, because that's crazy. Like, I feel like most people would agree with me that do have all the help, that they wouldn't be able to do it if they didn't have that help. Like, I would die if I didn't have my mom to call and be like, Mom, I'm really sick. Can you come watch the kids? Mom, can you pick up the kids? I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be home from school in time. Or like just that kind of stuff. Like, to have nobody to call and help you, like, I couldn't imagine. And for any, yeah, like I said, for everybody that does do that, like, you're fucking amazing. And I don't know how you do it. And for people that look at me and they're like, oh, she has, you know, twins and 3 kids and he works and then she goes to school and I don't know how she does it. I'm like, don't worry about me. Worry about the people that don't have no help, because I do have help. So that's why I get to do everything that I do and still have all my marbles and not have to take like a bottle of Xanax every day. I do take a lot of Excedrin migraine though. That we buy by the gallon. Like I eat those like Skittles. But other than that, I don't have to do anything else to keep my, you know, mind intact. So yeah, anyway, shout out to my mom and my mother-in-law and everybody who helps us with the kids and makes all of our crazy life possible, so that I could still have like a smile on my face and be happy and wake up every day and get through my days no matter how crazy they are. Thank you. Bye guys.
Yeah.